Welcome to B2B Life with Jeff Brummer. This is your chance to listen in on conversations with successful entrepreneurs and business owners on their journey to success. Every story is different, but after consulting thousands of businesses over the last 20 years managing their business payments, Jeff has seen what works and what doesn't. From inspiration to tactics to a good laugh, helping leaders build more fulfilling businesses and lives is what B2B Life is all about.
Hello, my name is Jeff Brummer. Welcome to the B2B Life Show. I've helped over 2,600 business owners and C-level clients over the last 20 years in professional services and all things cash flow management and personal and business goals. In doing so, I like to bring experts in B2B services to help my clients leverage what I consider the best in the industry in their service. I'm here today with Joshua Stinson at Paylocity. He's been in the HR and payroll industry for 18 years. We've worked together side by side for 4 years with mutual clients, and Josh has given them some awesome support and service and gotten them up and running and had a few success stories along the way. Josh, welcome to the B2B Live Show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jeff. When you said 18 years, I feel like that's definitely dating myself. I used to be the young guy in the industry. Now I'm the old guy. So thanks for that intro.
Well, the camera, I don't see too many gray hairs, so you're good. You're still
I think it hides a lot of them.
Got a filter on there, huh?
Exactly. Yep.
Yes. Well, good. We what I love to do in this first part is kind of introduce you to my clients and recommend you potentially for what you're offering, your niche. But I always like to I think people should know each other personally on some sort of a level before they know about each other in a business world. So personally, what makes you tick? Who are you? Family life? Tell us a little about yourself personally.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I'm trying to think where to start. So I grew up. I don't always publicize this living out here in Idaho, but grew up in Southern California, so kind of near the beach and surfing and doing all that stuff. And I've been married for 15 years. Married my wife out in Southern California. Had both of my girls, so I have two girls, 9 and 10 now. And we moved out to Idaho about 8 years ago. So I like to think we were a little ahead of the big influx, but definitely a transplant. So been out here for the last 8 years, and I tell people I literally moved from one extreme to the other. Um, Moved from having a lot of 7,500 I think square feet to 3-ish acres out here in Emmett, Idaho, and kind of have our backyard farm going on, and it's been quite a ride these last 8 years.
Yeah, awesome. Well, good. Yeah, so you've got little kids, and I know one of your personal attributes is I think you guys said you're homeschooling your kids, right? So you definitely have a high level of patience.
Yeah, and I say we homeschool the girls, like I use that term loosely. My
Okay.
wife definitely does the heavy lifting. So she actually runs a group called Classical Conversations out here in Emmett. So it's like the chapter for the homeschool group out here, and so she's busy with that. Definitely full-time job. And if I look across the hall and go around the corner, that's where the homeschool room is. And so I use the headset so we don't get too much background noise. But I would say
Yeah.
our family's together quite a bit. Working from home 75% of the time, and then obviously the homeschool. We're doing a lot as a family for sure.
Yeah, that's the bittersweet of COVID and working remote is you can kind of spend more time with family and also trying to find a way to focus if it gets noisy. But it doesn't sound like there's too many parties going on there, so it sounds like they're doing okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, good. Yeah. So as far as the business world, kind of tell us about your past, how you kind of got into this role, and tell us what you're up to, or kind of what evolved to where you're at now.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I joke with people. It's not like, I wasn't sitting there in school, aspiring to come sell payroll and HCM services. Like you kind of fall into sales, I think, in a lot of ways. Um, Started in the real estate industry, so I sold title insurance for a handful of years, and then right before kind of that 2007 2008 crash, saw the writing on the wall and started doing some research and realized that I needed to make a pivot before my company told me, "Hey, we're closing our doors," or we can no longer employ you. So um, went to a competitor and got into, I guess, what we call the human capital management industry. And so started with small market. So those were like typically companies that have under 50 employees. Sold for half of my tenure there, managed a sales team for the other half of my tenure. That was about 10 years. And then when my family moved out to Idaho, um, it was good timing. We were planning on moving out anyways, but found the opportunity at Paylocity. I worked with some people that had made the transition, and they were looking for a sales rep and wanted to get back into being an individual contributor at the time and just kind of do my own thing. And we moved out here and had, I think, 20 employees at the time locally with Paylocity. That was before the office was built, and just kind of hit the ground running and built up the territory. So about eight
Yeah.
years ago now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of your excellent skills is a self-starter, kind of creating that from not much or nothing here in Idaho. Idaho. So that's awesome. Who do you target? Like, what are your target clients? Who do you look to work for? Where do you kind of work? What's your day to day?
Yeah, I mean, the target market for me, so I work in what we call our mid-market space. So I'd say that's typically, companies that have at least 50 employees all the way up to 500. We do have divisions within Paylocity that I'm not in, so I'm in that mid space. We have divisions that are enterprise, so I have a partner that goes 500 and above. Then I have another local partner that goes 50 and below. So I definitely work alongside of them, but as far as like my target audience, if you will, it's that mid market space. I think my average employee or employer size probably has about 135 employees, I think, would probably be the average. But once again, going all the way up to 500 and then down to 50 for me personally.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've had some mutual clients that have had your service, and everyone I've talked to appreciates the 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 patience and the kind of the customizing the product to what they need in HR and payroll world. So yeah, it's kind of been good. We've known each other obviously for 4 years, so kind of good to work with some mutual clients and take care of them. Now we just got to get Paylocity to somehow accept a credit card for their fees, or somewhere where we can work out that my clients can pay for some stuff on a card. So that's the next evolution.
Yeah, we need to keep chipping away at that. I mean, that would be a pretty nice deal for your clients for sure.
Yeah, getting 2% back on everything. So no, I appreciate it. We'll post this video and so we can move forward. Where can people find you? What's the best way to connect with you uh, in any way?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the question. I mean, I'm not extremely active on LinkedIn, but I certainly have a LinkedIn page. Think I need to update my picture on there as well. But I can give you my email, phone number, and then if people wanted to reach out to you, I know you have all my contact info too, and can connect easily that way. But my email is just J Stinson, which is my last name, so STINSON, and that's at paylocity.com. Um, and that's probably the easiest way to reach out to me. But um, I mean, work phone number, if somebody wants to give me a call, that's fine too, at 208-608-3854. But yeah, out here in the Treasure Valley, and I think Paylocity has been fortunate. Like we've built up, I think, some pretty good market share. I think we have over 300 clients out here locally. Um, so definitely happy to be a part of the community out here.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, good. I'll put all that contact info in our show notes, and we'll pick it up here on part two of our conversation. Thanks for your time.
Perfect. Thanks, Jeff.